Alrighty, everybody. What's new in Dragonflight patch 10.0.7 developer interview featuring Hazel Nutty Games and Ian Hazikostas. So, shout out to Hazel Nutty, big content creator for World of Warcraft. And then you got Hazikostas, who the man, the myth, the legend for World of Warcraft. And before we get into the patch, I kind of just went over a little bit and made a to-do list on what I need to do, but let's go ahead and check it out.
The philosophical underpinnings of Dragonflight really are just rooted in player agency and empowering everyone to seek out the activities they enjoy, play the game they want to play it.
Hi, I'm Hazel, and today I'm chatting with the World of Warcraft game director Ian Hazikostas about the upcoming Dragonflight patch 10.0.7. Hi Ian, how are you doing today?
Not too bad, doing great. It's been a fun week all around in all things Azeroth.
Why is he lagging?
Excitement recently about patch 10.1, but we can't forget that 10.07 is coming in just less than 2 weeks. It's right around the corner. So I'm excited to be able to grab you for a few minutes to maybe shed some light on what it is that we're looking forward to that's right in front of us in 10.07.
For sure, absolutely. Yeah, just returning to the Forbidden Reach the week of the 21st.
What is the benefit of the Forbidden Reach for a player that's currently they've finished their PvE progression, maybe they're done with their Mythic Plus and their raid season? What is there out there in this zone in 07 for somebody that's already feeling a little bit done?
First off, just rewards aside, I think it's awesome content. There's just rares and treasures and just things to engage in, and of course the Zekiro vaults, which are kind of in some ways a little bit of a throwback to Treasure Room back in Isle of the Thunder King 10 years ago. A little bit of the evolution of that in some ways. So just some cool, unique gameplay that I think everyone will enjoy. If you don't need any of the rewards from it personally, you're not interested in those, well, there's cosmetics to chase, but at the very least, I think everyone will enjoy checking it out, seeing what the team has put together here. Now, in terms of, progression, okay, if you're done, you have, beaten Mythic Razageth, or you've got your, all your Keystone Heroes done, then yes, you're not going to need a whole lot in the way of item upgrades, and that's fine. For almost everyone else, there is a wide range of...
I'll pause it there. And people got to understand, this is patch 10.0.7. Now, I know patch 10.0, 10.0.5, 10.0.7, tie those all in one. It's been a long time since Dragonflight has been released, and I actually love the length of time that they've given us so far, because it gave me a lot of time to be able to do the content that I wanted to do. And, yeah, it's patch 10.0.7. You shouldn't expect item level upgrades until patch 10.1. It's plain and simple. So we're getting content, flavor, items, things to collect, things to do, and complete. And I think that's pretty cool.
Gear to look forward to that will help you overcome those normal raid challenges or whatever else you're focused on. One thing that will be useful, I think, to just about everybody going into 10.1 as well is this special new ring that you can earn through the Zekiro vaults, the Onyx Amulet, along with gemstones that you can socket in it, and the item level of that ring can be upgraded into the 420s. Now, while this is something that hardcore players will replace later on in Embers of Neltharion, if you're getting Mythic Avarice loot, you're definitely going to use that over this ring. It will be something that people who are competitively minded will want to chase and get together going into 10.1 if they want every advantage possible day one.
About the vaults and about getting the gemstones for the ring, is there a finite amount of rewards that we're going to get from the vaults each week, or is it something that you can kind of grind repeatedly?
There is effectively a cap.
There has to be. Come on now.
You're going to gather keys for the vault from throughout the island as you're opening sections of it. Those stay open for the week you have, pillaged and plundered them. Eventually, you will have opened all possible chambers, and there's nothing left to do that week. Any more keys that you get, in fact, any of the keys along the way, well, they're all, account-wide, account-bound, so you can send them to alts to, fast-track your alts vault runs if your alt wants to get their ring or get their...
That's a good way of doing it. Because, again, a lot of people complain about caps every week on things. And, that kind of has to be a cap. It's a video game. It's an MMO. It has to be a cap. It's a worldwide type of vibes. It's an ever-growing game. It's not like an RPG where, yeah, you go beat the game. You play it, you go beat it. It's an MMO, so you kind of have to have a cap of some sort. But the fact that they're countering that with those types of items that do reach a certain point to where you can't no longer do anything on that character, to where you can then do the content and still just throw it over to your alts. That's kind of cool. Account wide. That's a nice way of doing it.
The ring leveled up faster.
So you can still keep farming and doing stuff.
One of the things that I actually really like that I saw about the amulet on the PTR is that on the same vendor that you can get more primordial stones, you can actually get a second one. So if you wanted to set up like an outdoor one for survivability and then another one for pushing content, you could set up multiples and swap them out. I thought that was neat. One of the things that I noticed on PTR that I'm really excited about is 1007 looks just huge for alt catch-up. What can you tell me about these new BOA gear?
I heard about this, and it doesn't affect
when
me
you're out
too
in the
much.
Forbidden Reach.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to get the item levels right. I might be off here, but I think they're 385 baseline, can be upgraded to 395, which is the same as some of the high-end Storms gear. They're more abundant on the Forbidden Reach and are bind to account, so that you can easily send them around to alts who may need them more. They can also be converted to Season 1 set pieces using the Revival Catalyst. So, again, whether it's for, someone coming to the patch a bit late or an alt getting geared up, I think this is just great for catch-up, great for alt friendliness all around.
Another thing on the Forbidden Reach that I've noticed when I was out there playing around is that a lot of the rares have quite a few mechanics for rares, but they're really well and highly telegraphed. That kind of matches some of what we've seen with changes to dungeon mechanics in Mythic Plus, and I wanted to know if there's been a philosophy change with the devs recently regarding visibility of mechanics.
It's, I think, less a change or just a gradual direction. We want to make outdoor gameplay meaningful possible. We want there to be risk. We want people to have to think and use the full array of class abilities they have at their disposal to survive. And when making
I do that to myself by just not giving a shit.
That's something we want to lean into.
I stand in
than we
everything.
might in just a regular quest area during level up or whatever else. And just as I think as part of our general gameplay values, when we're doing that, we want things to be clear. We want things to be readable. If something is going to be punishing, it is going to kill you or seriously injure your character if you don't get out of it, well, let's make sure that there are really crisp, clear boundaries and that we're giving you the information you need to understand that something dangerous is coming your way.
One of the more mysterious drops that you'll see in the Forbidden Reach are these artisan curios for professions. I wanted to know if you could tell me anything about that and any gold-making opportunities there might be for crafters that are new in 1007.
Yeah, so these are a fun little, profession flavor drop that you can find just as you're fighting things in Forbidden Reach. You'll get a damaged curio, just a broken item that can be repaired by one of the different professions, either by you yourself if you have that profession, or you can use a work order, a public order or a private order to have someone do it for you. There'll be some mild money-making opportunities there potentially if you're a blacksmith and other people are getting these blacksmith drops and want them repaired. You might put in a work order, you could just fill that for them easily. But then once repaired, they can be used to summon a rare. And there's a different item for each profession and a different rare that will be summoned based on the profession.
Fuck.
When summoned and defeated, these rares drop a bunch of profession-related things, as well as just general Dragon Isle supplies and so forth. The person who summoned the enemy gets a bunch of bonus stuff. So if you're, if it's an herbalism one, you'll get a bunch of herbs and other things. But also, everyone who participates can get some of that, as well as artisan's metal. But notably, the person, if you have that profession and you summon one of these, you can get an extra point of knowledge each week from doing those. The completed ones can also just be sold on the auction house broadly. So that may be another money-making opportunity.
Okay.
If, there's folks out there who don't necessarily want to go through the effort of getting a damaged one and repairing it, but just want their extra blacksmithing points, they might just go to the auction house, buy an already crafted blacksmith.
That's me.
Summon Foozle, take it to the island, and use it themselves.
That's
so,
me.
I think, this is just an example of how the team has really tried to make your profession choice meaningful. I think we really, going into Dragonflight, wanted to make professions part of your identity as a character. So you'd say not just, this is the race I play, or I'm a mage, but also I'm an enchanter, or I'm a leatherworker. And that means that there are activities I can engage in, some content I can engage in, some things that I am participating in, given that choice, beyond just the recipes I'm crafting in town. And so we're excited to kind of have that be an extra layer out in the field where, you're summoning different bosses from the people around you based on the profession that you've chosen and sought out.
Dragonflight ushered in a new approach to progression and systems. So far, how do you feel that's working, and what are the biggest things that you've learned?
So far, we're tremendously happy with how it's all playing out. I think the philosophical underpinnings of Dragonflight really are just rooted in player agency and empowering everyone to seek out the activities they enjoy, play the game they want to play it. We offer a wide range of
I agree that
parallel
it's working
reward
good.
tracks, also, cosmetics and utility and other stuff, but we're trying to avoid making it feel like there's one right way to play World of Warcraft and Dragonflight. And that's, it's a little scary at times, because I think, we often would lean on rewards as a way of ensuring that the precious content the team has created gets used and gets taken advantage of by players. And it's like, well, what if we don't make you do it? Will people do it? Turns out, yes, people will, at the end of the day, have more fun. And we're happy to see people asking themselves each day when they sit down at their computers to play World of Warcraft, what do I want to do today, as opposed to what do I have to do today? We're really excited to carry that philosophy forward into the
I still have to do what I'm
playground of
doing.
the Forbidden Reach, and of
Because I
course,
wanna
Embers of
do it.
Beltarion and beyond.
I wanted to thank you so much for spending this time to talk with me about 1007.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for the great questions.
Appreciate it very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Overall, pretty cool. No, it was more about Dragonflight than 10.0.7. I was expecting like a what the fuck to do starter guide thing for 10.0.7, but nah, overall, pretty cool, nonetheless.